Hello and welcome to YouTube channel Cook Update. Mustafa Qazi here. Today we will start beginner's guide to Microsoft Excel and learn basic features of Excel which are necessary to use Excel and learn further features in future. I'm using Microsoft Excel 2016 for Windows, and if your version is different and if you are using Excel for Mac or other systems, the features may differ a bit, but mainly the features will remain the same. So let's start. My window is already open, so I'm just closing it, and now I will start Microsoft Excel. So if you start Microsoft Excel, this screen will appear. I'm just maximizing it. On the first, you will see blank workbook, then a number of templates like take a tour. I would recommend to watch this because this will give you an idea about how to use Microsoft Excel, and then various functions of the Excel as well. Then you will see a number of templates like budget and calendar, the invoice, and a number of further templates. And these are the tools which are very helpful to you, and you can start working on these templates for your own work, whether it is official or the homework. And on top there is a search, and you can search for the templates online on the Microsoft website. For example, if I write invoice and enter, then you can see templates, thousands of the templates for invoice, and you can select any of them and start using it. So let me go back, and it's a good idea to start with the blank workbook so that the learning can be made easier. So I'm just opening it. So when I open this blank workbook, you will see that on top there is a menu. This is called tab, and below that this area is ribbon. So Microsoft has tried to bring everything on the single screen so that you can use it easily. So for example, on home tab you will see clipboard, then fonts, etc. So this ribbon contains calibri like fonts, font sizes, making font bold, italic, underline it, or color the font, and so on. And if you look at the alignment, then you will see the features of alignments: left alignment, right, center alignment, center offset, table, etc., wrapping text, matching center. These we will learn later on. This is ribbon, and below the ribbon there are clipboard, font, alignment, and such items. These are called groups. So ribbon is divided into groups so that under each group you can find that if you want to make changes about the fonts, you can simply go to the group fonts under home tab, and so on. So we learned about the tab, ribbon, and the groups. And below that you will see a screen where there are columns like column A, column B, this is column E, this is column I, and rows like row 1, row 3, this is row 6, row 9, and so on. So there are columns, there are rows, and if we click on any of the column, any of the item, Like I clicked here, it is under column A and it is within row 1. So it is called a cell, and every cell has a unique name and it is named with the name of the column and row, the column A and row 1. So this is called A1, and you can see that here the name of the column is written on wherever you click. Like if I click here, this is column B and row 2, B2, so it is written here. So this is D8, so this is F8, and this is G11. So naming the cell is very important, because in Microsoft Excel you need to refer to the cells often, as we will learn in our later videos while we use formulas, links, etc. So we refer to the cells and we write within cells. So this is A1 cell and we write within a cell. And then we have ranges. This is a range. It starts with C3 and ends with H9. So this range is called C3 colon H9. So this is starting cell and ending cell. This is called range. So we work within ranges as well. So we learned about column, we learned about rows, cells and ranges, and down the line you can see that this is sheet 1. So within a sheet you have columns, rows, cells, etc., and you can add more sheets like sheet 2, sheet 3 and so on. So there are a number of sheets you can create. You can work in all sheets or any of the sheets you want. You can link them, and this we will learn as we will grow our learning. So similarly you can see that there are a lot of columns and even lot of rows. You can see that these are 1,048,576 rows and columns up to XFD. You start with A, B, C, D and then A, B, A, C, and you can see that how many columns we have. So lots of data you can enter within sheets, and all these sheets collectively are called workbook. This is a workbook containing sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3 and so on. As I said that we work within cells. So let's start. For example, you are an administrator of a school and you have to announce the result, display the result on the notice board, and for this you have to prepare a report. So this report will be titled as result of class, for example this is class 9. So this is the title of your report, and below that you will start with your record and fields like name of the student, such as name, then chemistry, for example chemistry, physics, maths. For example, we have 4 subjects. Moving between the columns is very simple. You have to click tab, you will go forward, and if you have to go back, then you can click shift tab, shift tab, shift tab, and if you have to move down, you can click enter, 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 and if to go up, then you can click shift enter, shift enter. Now we have to record some of the names. For example, we have 4 students: Shahid, Salim, Zahid and Akram. For example, we have these 4 students. So if you can see that the name of Akram is not correct, so we need to change it, and M is missing. So if I write M, it will replace the contents of the cell, because you are on the cell, not in the cell. What you can do now, in order to be in the cell, you have to double click on a cell. Now you are in a cell, and now you can place M to rectify the spelling mistakes. So there is a difference between being in a cell and being on a cell. So you have to be in a cell in order to make amendments in the contents of the cell. Now I have to write down some of the marks, like 76, 67, 89, 45, some assumed figures. Just to start with, you have now entered your first data. So now your result is ready, but you see that this is not looking great. For example, it seems that the title result of class 9 seems to be in 2 cells, A and B, but this is not the case. This is all within a cell A. If I write something in column B, B1, it will be entered, and this part of the text which was not fit within A1 is not visible at the moment. For what I can do, that between the rows, between the 2 columns A and B, where 2 arrows are appearing, I just click here and drag it to right. Now all the text is visible. What you can do is that you can simply double click within this column, and all the text will be fit in this row or column. Similarly, if you can see that chemistry is not fully visible, and what I can do here, I can double click between B and C. I can also drag here to expand the size of the column, or drag back to fit in. You can also select all the columns and double click. The width of the column will automatically adjust according to the size of the text within that column. So we have adjusted all the 4 columns. What you can do is that you can select all the columns and you can drag. This will make the width of every column same, but you may need not to expand the size of each column. So better way is to just double click between those columns, and it will automatically fit in. Similarly, you can change the height of the row. Just select that row, and then between the column 3 and 4, where double arrows are appearing, you can just click and drag. The height of the row has increased. If you want to do this for all records, you can select all those records and click between any of the 2 rows and drag, right? And similarly, if you double click between the lines, the size will get to the normal, right? And if you need some expanded space between the rows, you can drag it. So we learnt about the changes in the size of columns and rows and moving between the rows and columns. And in order to see this text bit bigger, there is a zoom in function on the right bottom of your screen, and you can make it plus, or you can just manually do it like this, and you can contract it to make it the size of the text smaller. So this is for your view only, just to see the contents conveniently. So this is all for today, and we learned about the basic features of the Excel, working within tabs, ribbon, groups, and then columns, rows, cells, sheets, and workbook. So I hope you will like this, and please subscribe to my channel and like the video and watch it, so that the future videos can be delivered to you automatically. So have a good time. Goodbye.